Shalom and welcome to Shmuel's Views. I'm your host, Shmuel ben Shlomi. If you enjoy these videos of this type, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up or like button, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we post new videos. And share this video with your friends and family and across your social media platforms. We're going to be starting a new series. I'm not sure how many parts it's going to be. Today we're going to look at part one, and it's called The Bible, Who, What, Where, When, Why, and we'll be breaking it down over the next several videos. So I hope you enjoy this. A lot of people have questions about the Bible. Who's it about? What's it about? What's it made up of? Where did it come from? When did it come to the fore? And why? Well, when it comes to the Jewish Bible, known as the Tanakh, a lot of questions will enter the thoughts of anyone who endeavors to tackle the contents of this ancient text, or better said, texts, plural. The Tanakh is composed of three main sections: the Torah, the first 5 books, the Nevi'im, or the prophets, and the Ketuvim, or the writings, such as the Psalms and the Proverbs and writings such as that. Therefore, the Tanakh altogether is composed of 24 separate books in all. This number may vary depending on how certain texts are combined and counted. For example, Ezra and Nehemiah are seen as separate, as are the Book of the Kings and the Chronicles within the Christian versions of the Tanakh that they call the Old Testament. Well, it's not an Old Testament. But for our purposes, we are going to be using the original Jewish canon for numbering, not only for the total number of books, but also their verses and chapter calculations. In this video, we're going to be looking at the who of the Bible. At first glance, and with a simple surface reading of the text of the Bible, one would come to the conclusion that the main character of the Bible, or the main character of this entire body of work, is God. However, if one reads the text with a strict use of the literal Hebrew and without any religious agenda, it becomes clear that this is not the case. The main character of the Tanakh, certainly beginning with chapter 12 of the first book titled Genesis, or in Hebrew, Bereshit, is centered on one family of people, beginning with that family's progenitors, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, or Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the nation that sprang from them that came to be called Israel. And depending on the context and word usage in those texts that have been translated as speaking about the one God or a God, it becomes ever more clearer that it is not speaking of an omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent being that is being spoken about, nor even a single individual, but a plurality of gods the Bible calls the Elohim, or the powerful ones and our strong rulers. Of these Elohim, one particular powerful one is finally exposed and revealed in the time of Moses, to have a name using the Hebrew letters Yod-He, Vav-He. A name to this day that its actual sound or pronunciation is not fully understood. So it isn't spoken, but words such as Hashem for the name, or Adonai, which translated as Lord, are used in translations when Yod-He Vav-He shows up in the text. Before the time of Moshe, when the Elohim named Yod-He Vav-He finally revealed himself, The name for the Elohim that appeared to such human beings as Adam and Chava, Adam and Eve, Cain, Enoch, Melchizedek, Noah, and the three patriarchs of the Jewish people, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, was known by various names, or better still, titles, such as El, Elyon, El Shaddai, and many others. Well, there were other Elohim spoken about in the Bible, such as the aforementioned El, Baal, Asherah, and many others. Some were spoken of as a group and called the B'nai Elohim, the sons of the gods. Outside the text of the Bible, in the writings of other ancient cultures that played an important role in the development of Israel, were such Elohim as Anu, Enki, Enlil, Inanna, Ninmah, Nanar, Thoth, Marduk, also known as Ra, and many, many others that we don't need to name here. Once we are introduced to Abraham in chapter 12 of Genesis, the stories narrow their focus to him and the offspring from his grandson, Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel, the name that the nation to this day takes. This group of people would adapt the name of their progenitor, as I said, and come to be known to this day as Eretz Israel, or the land of Israel, with the territory of their Elohim, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, being forever called, like I said, the land of Israel, Eretz Israel. In part 2 of this Bible series, we will turn our attention to the what of the Bible. In conclusion, we're going to be hopefully learning a great deal, but I'm not going to make these videos very lengthy. I find that when I watch videos on YouTube or Rumble or any of the other video sites, if it gets longer than 30 minutes or so, I begin to start drifting off. And I find that's pretty much the case in most, unless the material that's contained is so compelling that I just cannot turn away. And while the Bible itself is extremely compelling, when one goes about trying to explain it, talk about it, give its background history, as you know, unless you're a lover of history like I am. Some people say I missed my calling, I should have been a history teacher. And I had considered that for a while before getting into medicine years and years ago. But we will be dealing with a great deal of history here. So I'm going to try to keep these videos short, anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes long. But I will be, in the future videos, I will be posting references that are being used so that you can go check these out for yourself. I never want anyone to just take my word for things. I want you to dig deep. I want you to study and show yourself approved and learn for yourself. Learn from the Bible. There's a lot to be learned from the Bible. There's a lot of truth there, and there are some facts there as well. So until next time, I'll ask you again to subscribe, like, and share this video, and I will see you in part 2, and I bid you a shalom.